Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. Well, I'm right outside Mullanpur Stadium. As you can see, in the morning there was a spell of shower, but right now it's very hot. Australia is practicing in the afternoon session. Their practice was a little delayed because of the rain, but yes, eventually they started. This was an optional practice session for them, so all of them did not turn up. Captain Alistair Healy and Annabel Sutherland actually did not come for the practice. One could see, I think it started with Sophie Molineux. She was training. Her left leg is still strapped, but she was running initially, and then she started bowling in the nets. Had a longish bowling spell. First up in the nets, Ellis Perry and Ashley Gardner started batting. I think that's a clear indication that Perry is perfectly fine. As you know, Perry in the last game had to retire hard because of cramps. But she's obviously perfectly fine because she came out to bat in the nets, and she was the first one along with Ashley Gardner to do that. Um, Both of them were taking throwdowns. It was a left arm spin throwdown. Clearly, India has two left arm spinners in N. Sri Charani and Radha Yadav. That's what the throwdown specialist was trying to do. You know, Sri Charani is a little slower through the air and gives it revs. So he was doing alternative. You know, one with faster arm action, much like Radha Yadav, and the other with a little slower arm action, more loopy in the air, something like how Sri Charani bowls. In the second net, it was Vice Captain Talia McGrath who was batting, and leg spinner Alana King and Sophie Molineux were bowling to her. I think Talia McGrath was struggling a little when it comes to the balls which were on that middle leg line, and then in fact, both sides, whether it's turning in or out, she was having a little bit of a difficulty when the ball was landing, on middle and leg. And in the next net, there was the Georgia Wareham and Megan Shute who were practicing. It was it was They were just practicing, taking throwdowns. That's about it. I think the other one was, once this net got over, Beth Mooney came in. Beth Mooney started uh, in the third net, taking throwdowns. In the nets, there was a certain area where the ball was keeping low, and of course, they were trying to adjust to that as well. And there, Snatch, I was just giving the updates, of the practice session, and you have actually come in the most interesting part. So I'll just finish with Beth Mooney first. Beth Mooney looked extremely scratchy in the nets. She was edging. She was getting all scratchy all through. But then came the most entertaining batter. I was standing opposite the nets, and Grace Harris walked in. So I was just trying. I was looking, and the first thing she said was hello, as if she knows me, as if she has seen me and met me a number of times. The way she greeted, saying hello, how are you? I was like, okay, I'm good. Then she gets into the nets. Imagine this, in this heat. I was continuously messaging Snehashish. It seems like right now I can't, obviously cannot show this, but I am sweating as if I was one of the net bowlers. Obviously I wasn't, right? But it's that hot, and everyone is focused, because in one net there is a Beth Mooney, who is an extremely focused batter. In the other net, Ellis Perry had an extended net session. I thought she's the only one who's going to bat in the first net. She'll not allow anyone to enter, but thankfully she eventually left the net and went back to the dressing room. And then came the commentator, the batter, Grace Harris, to bat. Um, From ball one, she was batting in the second nets where Alana King and in fact Alana King took a bit of rest. So Georgia Wareham was bowling, Sophie Molineux was bowling, and the interesting part and the interesting part is from the beginning, Grace Harris had a lot to say about the nets, about how the bowlers were bowling, about where fielders should be, about how the ball should come onto the bat. So, and every single ball she would say, "Oh, you're mixing it up, Molly. No, well done." And a bit of a banter was going on, and a bit of a lovely banter was going on between Sophie Molyneux and Grace Harris, because Molyneux was also giving it back. Initially, Harris was actually struggling against spin. She was not able to quickly adjust to the back foot, and the balls were beating her bat quite a bit. So Molyneux was actually, teasing her and saying, "Oh my God, what will you do now? You are getting out. That must be making you angry." And Grace Harris said, "Next ball, next ball." So then she hit a ball, which Sophie Molyneux very gracefully said, "It's a six." The noise that Grace Harris made, that she just won the World Cup. That's the whole thing.
Very
So
interesting character. Very interesting
yeah,
character.
absolutely. The entire net session was
Mm.
so focused, so serious till Grace Harris came in. She came in and suddenly it became fun. Everybody is laughing, everybody is smiling. So she hit some other shot and she's saying, "This is the best shot you have hit in the net." She's talking to herself, she's talking to the bowler, she's talking to everybody there. So yeah, I think the commentators' jobs are at risk. If you never know, Harris might just say, "I will bat, I will bowl, I will commentate as well." In fact, we were speaking to the Australian media manager, and we were speaking to the Australian media manager, and I asked, "Is Grace Harris the chirpiest character?" You know what she said? She said she can commentate in an entire net session without getting tired. Doesn't matter the heat, doesn't matter what she's doing. And then she was turning to go because obviously there'll be a press conference in about 20-25 minutes. Then she turned back and said, "Would you believe my luck? Last game, 50 overs, I was sitting beside her." Well, my ears. That was her expression. She went, "Well, my ears." So yeah, Grace Harris is a superbly interesting character. Uh, so whatever points I just told you in the practice, the other major point is none of the pacers bowled, which was kind of expected.
Mm.
Um, Among spinners, Wareham did bowl. Gardner, till the time I saw, the practice is still on, but till the time I saw, Gardner had not bowled. She had rather batted. And what else? Yeah, there
Alana
were a
King.
number of net bowlers to bowl pace, but I think two, three pacers were there, but mostly spinners. They had got off spinners,
Yeah.
they had got left arm throwdown. So definite practice, very very spin heavy practice. Three nets in all three. Spin is what Australian batters are concentrating on, and why not? Nehashi, India has kind of shown their mindset by going with
Mm.
four spinners in the first game.
Spinners. Yes, absolutely. And as you mentioned, I want to ask you, about Sophie Molineux. Do you expect her to be in the playing 11 in the next game? The way she bowls in the
In
net,
the
because
next game,
yeah, in the next game, do you expect, because the strap is there as you reported earlier with the picture?
yeah, I think Healy in the Matchday Minus 1 press conference in the first one had clearly
Mm.
said that Sophie Molyneux will not take part in the series.
Mm. Okay,
But what's good to
so
see is she's not hobbling. She's
mm,
running and she's increasing that distance, the short running distance. She did run for a long time, and now she has been bowling from the time nets has started. And you can see she's not at all in pain because she's rather enjoying herself. In fact, she started off bowling at the nets without any batters. She continued when the batters came. Then she was having a banter with Grace Harris. So she has had almost an hour or so of bowling already, and she does not look tired. She's not erring in line and length. In fact, her line and length is very scary.
Yes. So overall, it's a very positive update regarding Sophie Molino, that she's in the right direction toward the fitness ahead of the World Cup, and hopefully from the Indian practice session we can get some kind of update regarding Renuka Thakur. I am not expecting her to be in the straightly in the playing 11 for the next game, at least in the third game or maybe for the World Cup. This positive update should come from there, so that will be the main factor from that. But overall, Trishadi, did you see Alisa Haley or someone like Phoebe Litchfield in the net till there when you were there?
Healy has not come. Healy and Sutherland have
Yes,
not turned up for the practice. This
welcome.
is an optional
Okay.
practice session, and
Optional practice.
understandable. They were running with uh, uh, the physio was running around with
Mhm. Ice.
some sort of energy drink with ice in
Okay.
it. The
Mhm.
only person who did not need any of this was, of course, Grace Harris because she's
Yes. I think two persons, Phoebe Litchfield and Grace Harris. I think they're competing. Who is the most energetic
yes. I think
person in
even
the
Phoebe
camp?
Litchfield has not come because
She
Phoebe
has also not
Litchfield's energy is such that you would notice her. I think Phoebe Litchfield hasn't come.
has not come. Yes. Okay. 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 So Beth Mooney has came for the press conference, right? So what is the update from the press
No,
conference?
Bethany
What she?
hasn't come. It's at 5. The press
Oh, it's at
conference is
5.
after.
Okay. Okay. She will come. Okay. Okay. She will come. Okay. And when is the India's practice session? To share any update regarding that?
Yeah, right after the press conferences.
Right after
It's
the
from
press
6 to 9 in the evening session.
conference.
So the
Evening
afternoon
session.
session was taken by Australia, and that is so funny. They are the ones who, who should be wanting the evening session. But I do
Evening
think that
session.
because India has taken the evening session, I think it is a lot more. Um, it is going to be a lot more fielding focused. I believe that.
Yes, yes, especially the way they missed the chances in the first game. I think that is very much needed for that. Okay, let's take some comment if some there. Tushadi, can you see some comments? Because some
Yes,
reason it is not
absolutely.
showing here.
I saw a lot of comments. You don't go. Where are you going? Yeah. Somebody's saying hi. Aryan is saying hi. Hi, Aryan. Why did okay? Why did Stuart Broad said Alice Perry is goat of women's cricket? What is the problem in that?
Yes, I don't think that he has said something very wrong thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deepak. Okay. Uh, I read your article about the mindset of India women's team, but my question is, who will fix it? Players, coaches, BCCI, and how what needs to be done? I think you cannot expect BCCI to fix everything. I mean, BCCI is not your plumber that they'll come and fix everything. It has to be from the coach and the support staff. It's very easy to think that BCCI has to be involved in every single thing, but it's an administrative board. It is not, and that is why you have so many support staff. There's a batting support staff, bowling support staff, matches, fielding, and most importantly, when you have a batting coach, when you have a bowling coach, I have never really understood what is the exact role of head coach if not talking about mindset. You have, for skills, you have particular skill coaches, right? There are three skills: batting, bowling, and fielding.
Yes.
You have batting coach separate, bowling coach separate, fielding coach separate. So definitely it is the head coach who has to talk about the mindset. It is the head coach, and of course the experienced players of the Indian setup that have to be reiterating the fact that um, the mindset needs to be positive. Plans, of course there will be plans in place, but you have to expect the plans not to work, and you have to know how to go around if the plans do not work. I think the biggest problem is there are plans, but but when the plans don't work, we have nothing else to show up for.
No backup plans.
Yeah. Okay. Snehashish, your question. Do you think Pratika Rawal need to improve her strike rate because her strike costed us many times like previous match where we can't score 300 plus? Snehashish, take it.
I think I will go with what Trishadi said earlier in one of the lives, that Pratika Rawal is a very technically sounded batter, very orthodox kind of a batter who likes to play long innings. And when a batter likes to play long innings, you cannot expect her to bat at a strike rate of 120, 130. You cannot expect. Then she or he will not, play those long innings. When you are batting at an opening position in a 50 over game, you expect your opener to bat around 25, 30 overs. Then he or she will score those 80 or hundreds, and you will get that start that you will need to post those 300, 350 run scores. So I think when you're expecting that from an opener, you cannot expect both. That you need a good average also, and you need good strike rate also. So if she continues to score around 70, 80, 90 at a strike rate of 80 or 90, I will be more than happy. Yes, yesterday that thing didn't happen. In that match, I think she started brilliantly. I will say 80, 90 strike rate was there. But again, as Hallin mentioned several times in the press conference, that all of them thought that the pitch was very batting friendly and they will get it easy. The ball will come easy on the bat, and they will score runs, and they will can easily get that 330, 340 run mark. But suddenly in the middle overs, the ball didn't come onto the bat. They struggled and they accepted that. That's the good point that I thought that okay, the players expected that okay, we misread the pitch. We didn't consider that ball will come slow, and it happened. That's why we struggled. And I think that is why they struggled. And one point that Trishadi mentioned that when Halindal came in, she didn't take the chance to for that aggression role, and that is also why position where Pratika also didn't couldn't aggregate that strike rate. So I think those crucial moments she needs to work on. I think as a batter with more experience, I think she will get better because she has all the quality. Without quality, you cannot score this amount of runs, irrespective of any opponents. At least we have to, on that particular, you have to score those runs. In every innings, we are starting from that zero. So I think that is why she has the quality. Just give her some time. I am not seeing any problem with the strike rate right now because for an opener, it's always good to see the average. Go for the 40, 45 averages rather than having 120, 130 strike rate.
Absolutely correct. 100% agree. If I can remember a couple of years ago, players like Anjali Sarvani, Devika Vedya, Saima Thakur played for India. Are they dropped for their poor performance? Nowhere in consideration. Yes, yes, they have been dropped. I think you will see them in action in the domestics in WPL, and they have to make their way back. Pak women वर्सेस साउथ अफ्रीका विमेन के बारे में दो शब्द, बस दो शब्द बोलेंगे? ठीक है स्नेहाशीष, दो शब्द बता दो.
Those are the match is going on right now. If I am not wrong, yes, Pakistan are batting right now, and it's 7.3 overs, 30 for one. Okay, and
हाँ,
Pakistan have opted to bat first. They won the toss and opted to bat first. I think South Africa have picked a very interesting team. I saw the lineup.
okay.
One second. One second. I'm saying yes.
Okay,
Playing
I'll
11.
answer this while he checks the lineup.
Yes.
Even though India won series against England, but someone should have spoken to Pratika about her batting strike rate or strike rotation. If not, then team is not working on their weakness but results. Correct. I agree.
Okay, here is the playing 11. Anneke Bosch has not managed a place in the playing 11 today. So Tasmin Breeds and Laura Ulbert opening pair. Sune Lu in number 3 position. So that's very interesting. Sune Lu in number 3. Mason Cap at number 4. Annie Direction at number 5. Miane Smith at number 6. Sinalo Zapta, your wicket keeper. Sanghase, your spinner. Ayabongo Khaka, another pacer. Malaba is your spinner. And Tumi Sekukune, another spinner. So three spinners are there. Sekukune,
Has to be.
Sanghase, and Malaba.
Has to be. They have to get
Yes.
enough practice against subcontinent teams in the subcontinent for them to do well in the World Cup. So I think
Yes.
it's
And
understandable
and
that they went.
Chloe Tran is also not there. That's interesting.
Yeah, but direction is there. No, you said direction is
Yeah.
not there.
No, direction is there. Obviously, she is there.
Yeah. Prediction
She
for
she and
tomorrow.
her she and her idol, one by one. Madison Cap and Iron Direction.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Prediction for
Before is
tomorrow.
saying prediction for tomorrow.
Prediction for
Let's hope
tomorrow.
India. Let's hope India
Exactly.
wins. But heart says India, mind says Australia.
Yes. That's the point. Because the way we played the first match, it's difficult.
प्रतिका लास्ट इनिंग्स डॉट अरे यार दीपक, तुम यार प्रतिका पे चिपक गए, तुम प्रतिका से आगे निकलो यार, सारे बैटर्स के स्ट्राइक रेट में इशू है। एक बैटर तो रन बना रही है, तुम लोगों को ना जो रन बना रहे हैं उसमें भी प्रॉब्लम है, स्ट्राइक रेट अच्छा ठीक है, सिर्फ उसी के स्ट्राइक रेट में प्रॉब्लम है। क्या बोलूं, हरमन ऑल्सो स्टार्ट स्लो, हर्लिन ऑल्सो स्टार्ट स्लो, देर इज द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ रोटेटिंग स्ट्राइक रेट, स्टॉप पॉइंटिंग आउट वन प्लेयर, a team cannot lose an entire match depending on one player. If you think so, then you don't know what is a team game.
ये सर, टीम ने एक्सेप्ट किया है ना कि पिच रीड गलत किया है, पिच स्लो हो गया, तो ठीक है, एक दिन टीम एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है, अगर गलती हो गया तो ठीक है,
तो
और एक
अच्छे
मैच
मत
देखते
रहो,
हैं, और एक
जिंदगी में
दो मैच
कहाँ
देखते हैं।
अच्छे हो एक ही चीज पे, एक ही प्लेयर पे। Do you think that Pratika did it intentionally, that you're stuck at that? She is your she is someone who played a responsible innings. मैंने ये लिखा भी है, मैंने ये स्टैट्स वाइज भी एक्सप्लेन किया है कि जब प्रतिभा आई थी तब ऐसा नहीं है कि हरलीन का भी जब हरलीन आई थी तब ऐसा नहीं है कि हरलीन का भी स्ट्राइक रेट बहुत अच्छा था। इनफैक्ट बिफोर स्मृति गॉट आउट, स्मृति का भी स्ट्राइक रेट बहुत कम हो गया था। ओवरऑल स्ट्राइक रेट देख के सब प्रतिभा के पीछे मत पड़ जाओ, कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझो, कैसे गेम चल रहा था समझो, कैसे ब्लॉक किया गया था समझो, रन रेट, सारी चीजों को समझ के एक प्लेयर का नाम लेके उसके पीछे मत पड़ जाओ यार। माई प्रेडिक्शन, इंडिया विल विन टुमारो एंड लेवल द सीरीज। आर्यन, तुम्हारे मुंह में
गुड,
घी शक्कर,
वेरी गुड।
घी शक्कर ही बोलते हैं ना?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, की शक।
As long as
टीम
Smriti
आनंद।
Mandana is in the playing 11, the women's team won't win any title. ये तो गजब हो गया पूरा। अच्छा जी, जैसा थोड़ा अगर एक्सप्लेनेशन दे कि क्या हुआ, क्यों ऐसा लिख रहे हो आप, तो थोड़ा समझ में आएगा हमें। अच्छा, the big question for Trishadi. The big question for Trishadi. If you want a sixth bowler, you have to drop a batter. Who would it be? See, the only batter who to me seems dispensable, even after scoring, would definitely be Harleen. So, if you want to get a sixth bowler in, you have to drop Harleen, which is something I don't think will happen. You cannot drop a number three and now push Demi at number three after
Playing
for
at number 5 for last 2 years.
exactly just before the World Cup. I mean, you can do it, but I think the results will be pretty bad. One thing is that Smriti Mandana needs to step up in big games, no doubt about her ability. Absolutely, Shonglap Taha, I agree with you. अग्री कर लिया है, आप 3-4 बार एक कमेंट करने की जरूरत नहीं है। Why Renuka Thakur is not there in ODI squad? Any injury? No, she's there in the squad, but she did not play in the playing 11 because yes, she's still recovering from the injury. I don't think she's 100% fit. She definitely didn't look 100% fit. थोड़ी देर के बाद इंडिया प्रैक्टिस सेशन है, उसमें रेणुका कैसे बॉलिंग करती है कि नहीं, क्या करती है, उससे और भी ज्यादा पता चलेगा उसके फिटनेस के बारे में। Even if Amanjot comes back, okay, then who is your sixth bowler? Not seen Pratika bowl much versus है नहीं sixth bowler. दीपक, सिक्स बॉलर सच में, मतलब अगर आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि प्रॉपर बॉलर सिक्स बॉलर, मतलब आपके पास ऑलराउंडर कहाँ है? जब आप बॉलर ढूंढ रहे हो तब आप ऑलराउंडर ढूंढो ना। आपका ऑलराउंडर नहीं मिलेगा। आप विकेट कीपर को अगर बीच में रखोगे, एक पल के लिए अमनजोत को साइड कर देते, अगर आप विकेट कीपर को बीच में रखोगे, 5 बॉलर इधर 5 बैटर इधर, कोई आपके पास दूसरा ऑप्शन ही नहीं। और अमनजोत आ जाएगा तो सॉरी आ जाएगी तो इस तरफ से कोई जाएगा, इस तरफ से तो नहीं जाएगा ना।
एग्जैक्टली। अमनजोत तब दूसरा पेसर हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
शायद प्रतिका हो गई शायद सिक्स बुलेट, वो 3-4 ओवर इधर उधर डालने वाले प्रतिका
दीपक,
शायद।
मैंने पूरा सवाल ही पढ़ा है। आप पहले दिन से आप लिख रहे हो प्रतिका के स्ट्राइक रेट को लेके। मैं यही बोल रही हूँ कि सिर्फ प्रतिका नहीं, सिर्फ हरलीन नहीं, हर कोई स्लो स्टार्ट कर रहा था। और देखिए, एक चीज तो है कि आप ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम लाइनअप और इंडियन टीम लाइनअप में बैटिंग करने में डिफिकल्टी तो डेफिनेटली इंडियन टीम लाइनअप में है ना। आप ऑस्ट्रेलियन टीम को देखो, आई थिंक what we need to work on is rotating the strike. That is absolutely important. किसी ने पूछा है अमनजोत इंजरी इंजरी अपडेट. स्नेहाशीष, आपके पास क्या अपडेट है?
इंजरी अपडेट वैसा तो कुछ अपडेट नहीं है। देखिए, आप वर्ल्ड कप स्क्वाड में तो है, रिकवरी चल रहा है, इस सीरीज में नहीं है। तो अभी तो देखो, टीम के साथ भी नहीं है। टीम के साथ होता तो एटलीस्ट प्रैक्टिस सेशन में दिख जाती। तो टीम के साथ तो नहीं है। शायद इस सीरीज के बाद शायद स्क्वाड के साथ ज्वाइन भी कर लेगी, पर अभी तक कुछ वैसे ऑफिशियल अपडेट नहीं है। मतलब रिकवरी प्रोसेस में, एंड होपफुली शी विल बी फिट इनफ टू बी इन दैट प्लेइंग 11 फॉर द फर्स्ट गेम।
ग्रेस हैरिस इज अ फनी कैरेक्टर आई न्यू वाया विलो टॉक पॉडकास्ट. वो रील भी देखना ना इंस्टाग्राम में, जहाँ पे वो अपने बैट बर्गर के नाम पे देती है. मुझे याद नहीं था, नहीं आया था. वरना व्हेन शी सेड हेलो आई वुड हैव आस्क्ड टुडे विच बर्गर यू आर यूजिंग फॉर बैटिंग. आई थिंक if India will chase, then India has more chances of winning. Sure.
Yeah, they love to chase.
Yeah. Chalo, Snehashish, I think we are done with all the
Yes,
comments.
एग्जैक्टली। एंड अगेन, अभी तो फिर
Um,
प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस है, फिर प्रैक्टिस सेशन है, तो फिर हम लोग आएंगे उस सब कुछ अपडेट लेके आपके साथ ज्वाइन करने के लिए लाइव सेशन में। तो तब तक के लिए थैंक यू फॉर एवरीवन ज्वाइनिंग इन। थैंक यू त्रिशा दी। आप थोड़ा रेस्ट ले लो 10-15 मिनट बिफोर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस स्टार्ट। इतना गर्मी है, उसके बाद पूरा अपडेट लेके आपके साथ फिर से हम लोग
बट
जुड़ रहे हैं
प्रॉब्लम
शाम
यही
को।
होता है, पता है कि बाहर इतनी गर्मी है और फिर प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम और मीडिया बॉक्स इतना ज्यादा
प्लेस।
ठंडा है कि हाई चांसेस सर्दी गर्मी लग जाने की. बट या, इट
हाँ
इज व्हाट
हाँ,
इट इज.
वही है। यस। ओके, थैंक यू एवरीवन ज्वाइनिंग इन। चलो मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लाइव में, जिधर आपको सब कुछ अपडेट मिलेगा
एट
प्रेस
थर्टी पी
कॉन्फ्रेंस
एम
रिलेटेड। यस,
एट
कब
थर्टी
है
पी एम
स्पेशल? 8:30 PM, राइट। 8:30 PM पूरा प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस अपडेट्स एंड इंडियन प्रैक्टिस सेशन अपडेट्स सबके साथ आपके साथ मिल रहा है। थैंक यू सो मच।